So good morning students. Today we will be starting our new lecture of physics chapter number 3rd. It's known as current electricity. Its name is current electricity. So we will be starting with this. Okay. First of all, what is electric current? So first concept of today is what is electric current. So what is this electric current? You know the electrons, they are the charged particles. So they are the charged particles. So when these charged particles they flow, electric current is formed. Flow of charged particles form the electric current. I'm not giving you the definition, I'm just giving you explanation. The flow of charged particle form electric current. What forms the electric current? What is the source of electric current? So flow of the charged particles. So you know what are the charged particles. Okay. So next concept is what is current? We are on the current. Okay. So what is this? Flow of a charge. Charge is made by number of electrons. Okay. Flow of charge per unit time is current, is electric current. Flow of charge per unit time is electric current. Okay, so this is the concept. If we take very small amount of time, very small amount of charge will flow. That means if time is too small means dt. Then what is the charge? Very small amount of charge will flow, and that will also contribute to current. So this is a concept when time is very small. So what is the charge? Charge is dq, and what will be current? I. Small current, it will be a small current. So the unit of charge is coulomb, and the unit of time is second. So what is the unit of current? The unit of current is ampere. So they will ask, define 1 ampere. So we will say when a charge of 1 coulomb is flowing through a conductor per second, then we can say that the current flowing through that conductor is 1 ampere. When a charge of 1 coulomb is flowing through a conductor per unit time, then we can say the current in the conductor is 1 ampere. So when a charge of 1 coulomb flows per unit time through a conductor, so we can say current of 1 ampere is flowing through the conductor. So this is a concept. So what is current? What is the unit of current? We are studying that. So what is electric current and what is its unit? Okay. So next concept is there is a concept whose name is current density. You know now electric current. Now second concept is coming to your light. What is current density? You have studied what is electric current, then current density. So what is this current density? Electric current flowing per unit area, that is, suppose this is a conductor. Okay, suppose this is a conductor and this is the unit area. Unit area means length is 1, breadth is 1. Length is 1, breadth is 1. It's a unit area. So how a current flowing per unit area is current density. If more current is flowing per unit area, current density is more. If less current is flowing per unit area, current density is less. So current flowing per unit area is current density. So current density is represented by J. So it is current flowing per unit area. So current is ampere and it's a meter square. Ampere per meter square is the unit of current density. Okay. So current density, so simple current, if you say simple current, electric current, it is a scalar quantity. मतलब electric current is a scalar quantity. It is not a vector quantity. Okay. That means, but this current density, it is a vector quantity. How it is a vector quantity? It depends on the area vector. How it depends on the area vector? Now you will learn this. Suppose this is a conductor. Suppose, okay, and area vector is perpendicular to the, suppose this is the area vector. Area vector is perpendicular to the electron. So this electron will also pass, this electron will also pass, this electron will also pass, this electron will also pass through the area vector. Flow of electron means current is passing. Okay, so current is passing through area. More current is passing through, suppose this is unit area. Okay, now more current is passing through unit area. That means current density is more. Here current density is more. Now this area vector has changed its direction. Suppose it has changed its direction. Suppose like this. Now it has become tilted from now the area vector is like this, na? Like this. Now it has changed its direction. Suppose it has changed its direction to this. Okay. Now this electron will not pass from the area vector. So this electron will pass through the area vector. This will also pass. This will also pass. So less number of electrons will pass through this area vector. That means less current will flow through per unit area. This is also unit area. Now it has tilted. This is a unit area. This is also unit area, but it has tilted like this, like this. So here more current is passing through the unit area. Here less current is passing through the unit area. So here current density will be more, current density will be less. So area vector, so current density is depending on the area vector, and vector is having a direction, you know, this is having a this direction and this is having a this direction. So current density, it depends on area vector. Okay, so J, so current density is I upon A, you know. So J into A and cos theta, because we are considering the concept of theta na here, like this, theta. So JA cos theta is equals to I, like this, because theta is an angle between the this area vector and the current density, So current density will have the same direction as that by area vector. Okay. like this. So it's a well-known concept. So you know this, how I am giving, no, it's not like that, like this. This is area vector, okay? This is area vector. So this is also area vector. So here current density will be J is equals to I upon A. Suppose I is the current flowing per unit area. Suppose A is area, okay? Here you are taking area vector normal to the flow of electrons. Here you also have to take the area vector normal to the flow of electron, but area vector is tilted in this direction. So what is normal of this area vector? Area vector is tilted, but what is the normal of this area vector? Suppose it is making angle theta. So what will be this? This component will be A cos theta. Okay, so what is which component of area is in the direction of flow of electrons? A cos theta. So here current density will be flow of current to a component of area that is in the direction of flow of current. What is that component? A cos theta. Now A is not in the direction of flow of current. A cos theta is in the direction of flow of current. So multiply this J A cos theta is equals to I. Okay. So what is this? It's a theta. It's A B cos theta. What is this? Dot product of J and A. Dot product of two vectors is a scalar quantity. So current density dot A is equals to current density dot area vector is equals to I. So this is a concept. So current density we have done. We are doing the current density. What is current density? Vector quantity depends on area vector. So area vector means this is the area vector perpendicular to the flow of electrons, to the flow of current. Here the area vector is tilted, but this component of area vector is in the direction of flow of current. So we have to take that component of area vector which is in the direction of flow of current. So this is not in the direction of flow of current. This is in the direction of flow of current. Okay, so what is this component? We will, if we resolve A into its two components, this component will be A cos theta. So J is equals to I upon A cos theta. So current density, this is our second concept. So this is also done. So we are moving on to our next topic. According to our NCERT, so topic name is how much is the electric current in a conductor. It's a long topic. It means 2 or 3 subtopics will come in this topic. Electric current in a conductor. Suppose a conductor is there. Suppose. Okay. And we have connected it. Means no battery is connected. No cell, no battery. Okay. So consider this area of a conductor. Means when case number 1 we are discussing, when conductor is not connected to battery. So when conductor is not connected to battery, we will find out whether a current is flowing in that conductor or not. When conductor is not connected to battery. Okay. So what will happen? Conductor is having free charge carriers. Electrons, and they are moving because temperature is there in the environment, so they are having thermal motion. Due to temperature they are moving here and there. Free charge carriers, they are having thermal motion. So what kind of motion they are having? I'm giving you example like this. Listen here. Suppose this is an electron, it's a free charge carrier. So it is moving due to this thermal velocity. Due to temperature, it has gained kinetic energy and it is in motion. Suppose it has gone to this direction, and here it's an atom of a conductor. It will strike with this atom. Its velocity will become 0. Then it will change its direction. So it will collide with this next atom. Again it will change its direction. So they are moving like this. All electrons, all free charge carriers, they are moving like this when they are not connected to a battery. Suppose suppose this electron has crossed this side and this electron has crossed this side in unit time, suppose. So these electrons, what they are making? They are making a charge. Okay, they are making a charge in unit time. Suppose we are talking, and two electrons have crossed this side. All free charge carriers are moving in random directions. Free charge carriers are moving in random direction due to thermal velocity. Okay, suppose this is a first electron, this is a second electron, there is a third electron, there is a fourth electron. Suppose there are n number of charges. So are moving in random direction due to thermal velocity. Suppose this is a unit area. Suppose this marked line, this is a unit area. Okay, and I'm considering 1 second. Suppose in 1 second through this unit area, two electrons have crossed in this direction and two electrons have crossed this direction. So what is the net flow of charge? Net flow of charge, 2 in this direction, 2 in this direction. So what is the net charge? Net charge through a unit area in 1 second will be 0. If net charge is 0, charge is equal to number of electrons upon time. So if n is 0 means number of electrons crossing through, 2 are in this direction, 2 are in this direction, net number of electrons crossing is 0. So what will be the current? So current will be 0 when battery is not connected. Okay, so again we will discuss this. So what is the concept? Means net electrons crossing through a unit area. So net electron, 2 are crossing in this direction, 2 are crossing in this direction. What is the net electron? Net electron crossing per unit area in unit time is, what is this? 0. So net electron is 0. So what is I? I is equals to Q by T. So N is 0. Net electron, number of electrons. So number of electron crossing per unit area in unit time is 0. Okay, because suppose this is a unit area, crore will cross this side and crore will cross this side, they will cancel each other. So we will say number of electrons crossing, net number of electrons. So net number of electrons crossing per unit area in unit time is 0, n is 0. This is charge is equal to Ne upon T. So n is 0, so current will be 0. Okay, and all electrons, they are having, means this electron is moving in this direction, this is moving in this direction, this is moving in this direction. All electrons, they are having velocities, and the sum of all velocities will be 0. Okay, how it will be 0? Because one is moving in this direction, so this velocity is having this direction. One is moving in this direction, so this velocity is having this direction. So they will cancel out each other. Suppose there are n number of electrons. Suppose this is the velocity of first electron, this is the velocity of second electron, this is the velocity of third electron, and this is the velocity of nth electron. So they are having direction when they are moving, so it is a vector quantity. Okay, if we add all the velocities, crore are passing in this direction and crore are passing in this direction. So net velocity, what is their net velocity? They, even if they are having the same velocity, their directions are opposite, they will cancel out each other. So the average means sum of the velocities of all the electrons will be 0. So there is no current. No current will flow in the conductor. Okay, so no current will flow on in the conductor, and the average of all the velocities will be 0. Average of all velocities zero. If there is no average velocity, that means there is no moving, there is no movement in a particular direction. That means movement is there but not in a particular direction. So there is no movement in a particular direction, so current is 0. Current is 0. So the average of all the velocities of all the electrons is 0. You can say that. So there is no current flowing in the conductor in a particular direction because we have not connected any kind of battery. So this is the reason for that. Free charge carriers are moving in random directions due to thermal motion, due to thermal velocity. They are having the thermal velocity, and thermal velocity is having too much value. Okay, they are in motion, but their motion does not contribute to the flow of current, because if this is a unit area and we are considering 1 second, if crore electrons are passing in this direction and crore will pass in this direction because they are having random motion. So what is the net flow of charges? So net number of electrons that are crossing per unit area, that is 0, and current will be 0. So what will be there? If we consider the average of all the velocities of electrons, it is going to be 0. Suppose u1 is moving in this direction, and suppose u1 is having 5 velocity and u2 is also having 5 velocity. u1 is 5 in this direction, u2 5 in this direction. They are going to cancel each other because it's a vector quantity. So average of all the velocities of all the electrons, it's 0. So if there is no velocity in a particular direction, means charges are not having average velocity in a particular direction. So there is no flow of charges in a particular direction, so there is no current. So this is case number 1, when battery is not connected, no battery. Now we will consider second case when battery is connected. Same conductor, we will attach it with a source of electricity, the source battery. So now same conductor is connected to a battery, case number 2. Now we will see whether the current is flowing or not. Case number 2, conductor is attached with a battery. Okay, this terminal is at high potential and this terminal is at a low potential. You consider this like this. Okay, like this. So this is end first of conductor and this is end second of conductor. It will be maintained at positive potential and this will be maintained at negative potential. So battery is connected across conductor Okay, same the language what we are observing, we are writing one end of conductor is maintained at high potential, positive is a high potential, and other at a low potential. This is some distance now. So this potential has distributed over some distance. So what will get created? Electric field will get created. Okay, and what will be the direction of electric field? So negative, positive to negative, like this. Electric field will get generated. So electric field will get generated. In earlier case, no electric field was there. In this case, electric field will get generated in the conductor. So what will happen now? Okay, so what is going to happen now in this case? It's very simple. This is a conductor. Now it's at high potential, and this is a conductor. One end is at low potential. Okay, electric field direction is this way. Suppose electron is there. Okay, so electron will start moving in this direction because positive will attract the negative electron. So electron will start moving in this direction. Okay, like this. So we can say that electrons, they flow from low potential to high potential. Why it is flowing that? Because electric field has been created. Electric field will apply the force on electron. So what is force? What is the force on electron due to electric field? F is equals to QE. So what is the charge on electron? You know force will act according to this relation. If charge is placed in electric field, force will act. So electric field apply force on electron. Due to that, electron move from low potential to high potential. Electron start moving from low potential to high potential. Now you have created a picture. The electron will start moving. No, electrons are not moving. Like you can't say this is an electron and it is moving like this. No. It does not travel at such a large distance in a conductor. So you will get to know the internal picture with what is happening inside the conductor. Start moving from low potential to high potential. So what we have created, the picture. Battery connected, one end high potential, one end low potential. Electric field got created across the ends. Electric field is applying force, and due to that force, electrons start moving from low potential to high potential. So our kahani has reached at this point. Okay. So now electrons, they started traveling. We got a picture of electrons started traveling, but actual picture is different. Okay. So that means force is acting on electron. You know that force is acting on electron. So due to that force, acceleration will get produced in the electron. Okay, acceleration will get produced. So acceleration will produce an electron. So what will happen? And this acceleration is having the same direction of that force. So due to that acceleration, that means the electron will start moving in the direction of force. And force is in this direction. Electron will start moving Okay, not so acceleration will act in the direction of force. You can say that. You can say like that. Acceleration will produce an electron and act on it in the direction of force. So we have expanded our concept. Electron started moving, force is acting on electron. We know that electric field is applying force. So due to that force, acceleration will get produced in the electron and it start moving in the direction of force. Or that acceleration is acting in the direction of force. Okay. So what happens inside the conductor? You have to see a whole scenario. What happens? That means force is acting on the electrons now due to electric field. So what happens? Now see. Suppose this is a conductor. I am drawing it expanded version. Suppose this is an electron. Okay. And it is having thermal velocity and it is moving randomly in this direction. Means originally it was coming to this location, but force is acting on the electron in this direction. You know, positive potential and negative potential. So what happens if someone applies force? It will get drifted to it will reach here. Earlier, if there was no force, it is going to reach here at A position, but it has now reached to B position. So this reach is known as khiskna, drifting. So this is known as this electron has got drifted. Suppose there is an electron, it need to reach here originally, but force is acting on it, so it has reached here. So it also got drifted. So due to that force, electrons started drifting. And they gain a velocity known as drift velocity, and they gain a velocity known as a drift velocity. Earlier they are having what kind of velocity? They are having thermal velocity only. Due to that temperature, thermal velocity. Now they have gained a velocity that is known as drift velocity. So due to force, drift velocity gets generated in each electron. Drift means खिसकना, खिसक जाएंगे सारे इलेक्ट्रॉन थोड़ा थोड़ा. Drift velocity get generated in electron. So drift velocity got generated. Okay. So what will happen if they got the drift velocity? They started relocating, and relocation distance is very much smaller. It's 0 point. So we can say electrons will get relocated, means they will occupy new positions. So drift means up to like 0.1 millimeter. Or drift means they are drifting only to a smaller distance like 0.1 millimeter. It's too small. It's too small. Okay. That means this velocity what means when they gain this drift velocity they can only drift to a small distance 0.1 millimeter. So what comes into mind? This drift velocity is not too strong. This drift velocity is not too strong. So it's a weak concept. So electrons will get relocated. Okay. So what is the concept? That means drift velocity is not too strong. Drift velocity is less than thermal velocity. Earlier they are having thermal velocity. They are moving with thermal velocity and they are moving with too high speeds. Now this drift velocity is less than thermal velocity. What happens? Suppose there is a conductor. Okay. This electron was coming in this direction. It has got drifted to this location. This electron earlier it was coming in this direction. This got drifted to this location. So this electron was coming earlier in this direction. This got drifted to this location. So due to this drift velocity, millions of electrons, they cross the cross section. They cross a unit area of a conductor. They started crossing in a particular direction. They gain a particular direction. So what happens? Due to drift velocity, due to this drift velocity, billions of electrons started crossing per unit area of conductor. Okay, so this is a concept. So they started means drifting. So billions of electrons, that means charges, they are flowing the per unit area of conductor in per unit time. Okay, so due to this, now electrons, they started crossing per unit area, that means current has started flowing. So this drift velocity is responsible for the flow of current in a conductor. Okay, so what happens, you can explain means this with a concept like this. So here this electron is also having drift velocity, this is also having drift velocity, this is also having drift velocity. How many electrons have drift velocity? Billions of electrons have drift velocity, and they will start crossing per unit area of the conductor. And when charge is crossing per unit area of the conductor, we can say that current is flowing in the conductor. So current will start flowing in the conductor. So current will start flowing in the conductor. Due to drift velocity. When millions of electrons, they are crossing this area, their impact is too large. Their impact is too large. Okay, like this. How you can say that? Suppose I am a person. Okay, I am a person. Someone throws a stone at me. I shifted only 5 millimeter. Like this. Stone got hit. I shifted 5 millimeter in the backward direction. Okay, like this. Only 5 millimeter. Impact is too small. Only on me. Suppose now there is a earth. This is a earth. Okay, this is a earth. Earthquake came. Earth started shaking, and earth only moved 5 millimeter only. 5 millimeter only. Earthquake is a too large quantity, so everything on earth can get destroyed. So impact is too large because phenomena is occurring on a big thing. Here kya hai? Millions of electrons, they are passing through a cross section. Their impact is too large. If only one electron has passed, nothing is going to happen in a conductor. Here billions of electrons, they are crossing the cross section per unit area. So what is going to take place? Impact is too large, and that impact is responsible for creating current in the conductor like this. So we have taken an example of this earthquake. It's not relevant to this concept. You say, suppose, what is this stone? Stone is shaking me. Stone is single, and earthquake is also single, but it is shaking the earth like this. So we have got generated the concept of this drift velocity. So current gets produced in the conductor due to drift velocity. So this is the concept. Okay. So we will create a now definition of this drift velocity. What is this drift velocity? So this is the definition coming, relevant definition. Drift velocity. So when electric field is applied across a conductor, okay, when electric field is applied across a conductor, then force will act on electrons, force will act on electrons, and they will start moving in the direction of higher potential. Moving in the direction of higher potential with a drift velocity. Okay. Electric field is applied, force will act on the electrons, and they will start moving in the direction of higher potential with a drift velocity. And drift velocity is responsible for the flow of current. Drift velocity is responsible for the flow of current. So main picture is this: battery, electric field, force started acting on electrons, acceleration is produced, electrons got drifted with a velocity known as drift velocity, and due to this drift velocity, millions of electrons, they started passing per unit area in unit time. So current is produced in a conductor. So this is a concept. Okay, I have told you drift velocity is very small, that's why it only relocate the electron to a small distance, here only 0.1 millimeter. So the magnitude of drift velocity is very smaller. Okay, like this. Magnitude of drift velocity is smaller, but number of electrons passing through the cross section, they are billion. Number is large, number of electrons crossing the cross section per unit time is large. So current is large, so large current will be produced. Okay, drift velocity is small, even though it can produce a large amount of current. Due to this drift velocity only, billions of electrons can pass through a area in unit time, and due to that it can contribute a huge current. Okay, drift velocity is small, but due to it a large number of electrons cross the area in unit time. So a large current is produced. So it is capable of producing a large current. So a sufficient current is produced, you can say. So sufficient current is produced. What is drift velocity? Drift velocity value is very, very smaller. You remember this thing. Okay. So picture is very clear. Very, very clear. Case number 2 we have already discussed. Electric field applied. Force started acting on electron. Acceleration is produced. They started moving in the direction of higher potential. That means electrons started drifting with a velocity known as drift velocity. Value of drift velocity is smaller, but due to drift velocity, billions of electrons, they are crossing an area in unit time. So current is produced in the conductor like this. Drift velocity concept is this. So we have discussed what is drift velocity. Now next topic is expression for drift velocity. You have to obtain an expression. So what is the value of this drift velocity? So for this you have to make some suppositions. You have to consider a conductor. Like this is a conductor. Okay. Electric field is acting in this direction. So it is maintained at positive potential, it is maintained at negative potential. So electrons, they are moving in this direction. Okay, like this. So we are moving. So what is the concept? Battery is connected. Okay, battery is connected. Electrons will get drifted with a drift velocity. Okay. So suppose there are 4 electrons. Suppose means drift velocity produced in first electron is different, and drift velocity produced in second electron is different, in third different, in fourth different. So they are moving with different velocities. So what we will calculate? We will calculate the average velocity, because in first electron different drift velocity is produced, in second electron different drift velocity is produced, in third electron different velocity is produced. Okay. So what happens? Drift velocity act on different electrons. So velocity means different electron gain different velocity. So different electron gain different velocity. Some are moving with a higher speed and some are moving with lower speed. Okay. And force is acting on electrons. Okay, due to electric field, electrons, they will get drifted with a drift velocity, and different electron gain different velocity. Okay. So what is going to happen? You know that, okay, force is acting on electron, and acceleration get produced in them. So what is the relation of velocity when there is acceleration? V is equal to u plus at. Okay, like this. So you can say velocity under acceleration. So battery is connected, electrons started drifting with a drift velocity. Different electrons will gain different velocity. First electron will gain different velocity, second will gain different velocity, third will gain different velocity. So force is acting on electrons, you know. Acceleration is also got produced in the electrons. And what is the velocity under acceleration? V is equal to u plus at. So this is a concept. So remember this concept. We have reached up to, because we are doing the expression, first we need what is the value of velocity under acceleration, because acceleration is being produced in our charge carriers. So second concept is like this. Suppose this is a charged electron. It has struck with this atom. Okay, and it is moving with, suppose, thermal velocity. First of all, it was moving with a thermal velocity. It collision number 1. So it collided with atom number 1. So collision. So its path will change like this. And there is an atom number 2 in its path. So it will suffer its second collision here. Collision number 2. Okay, like this. So during, what is this? Suppose here time is 10 seconds and suppose here time is 12 seconds. So what is this 2 seconds? It's known as relaxation time. It's known as relaxation time. time period, time between two adjacent collisions. This is first collision, this is second collision, these are the adjacent collisions. So time spent, so we can say time period between two adjacent collisions is known as relaxation time. Time period between two adjacent collisions is known as relaxation time of electron. So this is also asked in CBSE, what is relaxation time in? It's denoted by T, electron. Okay. So during this relaxation time, the force will act on the electron. Okay, it will get drifted during this relaxation time only. During this relaxation time, force will act on the electron. Acceleration will get produced in the electron. Okay, so it will get drifted during this relaxation time. Okay, like this. That means it will gain some velocity. So this is due to that acceleration, it will gain some velocity, and we know that velocity will be equal to u3 plus at. So there are different electrons. Different electrons, they are having different relaxation time. The relaxation time of first electron is different, and the relaxation time of second electron is different. So we have reached to what is relaxation time? We are doing the expression of drift velocity. First we have reached to a conclusion, what is the velocity under acceleration? So different electrons, they will have different relaxation time. Different electron will have different relaxation time. Okay, suppose tau 1 is the relaxation time of first electron, tau 2 time 2 t2, it's represented by tau. Okay, and tau 3 is the relaxation time of third electron, and tau n is the relaxation time of n electron. So as different electrons, they are having different relaxation time, so we calculate the average relaxation time. So we can't take the relaxation time of one electron, so we have to take the average relaxation time of all the electrons. Okay, so we will take this average relaxation time, tau average. What will happen? Add all them, divide by n. So we will calculate the average, mark it as 2. V is equal to u plus at, mark it as 1. So we will calculate the average relaxation time. Okay, so during this average relaxation time, force will act on each electron. Because now we have taken the average, suppose average has come 3 seconds, we will say for each 3 seconds force is acting on each electron. During this average relaxation time, force will act on each electron. What will happen? Acceleration will get produced in electron. So what will happen then if acceleration will produce? Electron will get drifted, and they will gain the drift velocity. Okay, and they will gain the drift velocity. Electron got drifted, they gain the drift velocity. So this is a concept. We are moving with the concept. Okay, like this. I have told you, with different electrons will have different drift velocity, different relaxation time, different what will be there? What will be there? Different velocities. We have already told you that. So V is equal to u plus at, velocity under acceleration. You know u for u1 initial velocity of all the electrons of thermal due to thermal motion, it is 0. So it's 0. V is equal to 0 plus A into T. Okay. So you know force is equals to mass into acceleration. So what is the value of acceleration? Force upon mass. Okay, like this. So put the value of acceleration here. Remember this 3, remember this 4. Put the value of 4 in 3. T1, T2, T3, Tn upon n is T average, tau average. So put this value V is equals to F upon M into T. Put it as 5. You know what is the force? Force is equal to Q into E. You know this. Okay. What is Q for electron? Minus E into E. Okay. Put this 6 in F5 like here. So what the drift velocity is getting to change? Minus E upon M into T. Okay. So you know that the velocity will get generated in the electron only for relaxation time. You know that. Okay. V is equals to minus E. So force will act on the electron during relaxation time. Acceleration will get produced on the electron during relaxation time. Velocity, it will get drifted during the relaxation time. So drift velocity will also get produced in the electron for a relaxation time. So we will take as tau. Suppose velocity of first electron, I have told you different electrons are moving in different velocities. So this is the velocity of first electron, tau 1. Velocity of first electron, velocity of second electron, velocity of third electron. So different electrons, they will have different velocities. We have already told this in the beginning. We will take the average of all the velocities. Okay. So we will take the average of all the velocities. V1, V2 up to Vn upon n. Okay, we will take the average of all the velocities. So add them all. V average is equals to minus E upon M. Okay, and also tau 1, tau 2 up to tau n upon n. So this n is this. So what is this? This is tau average. So this is tau average minus E into E upon M. So electrons are getting drifted due to this velocity. So electrons are getting drifted due to V average, and it is known as drift velocity. So change the V average to V drift is equals to minus E upon M into tau average. So this is the expression for drift velocity. So this is the expression for drift velocity. Drift velocity, it depends on the electric field, depends on relaxation time, like this. Okay, if electric field is increased, drift velocity is increased. Electric field, how is going to increase? Potential is going to increase. Apply a big battery, potential is going to increase, electric field is going to increase, drift velocity is going to increase. If a relaxation time is going to increase, becomes a big, okay, drift velocity is going to increase, because if relaxation time is more na, then force will act for more time and more velocity will be there. Okay, so this is a concept. Now one extra concept related to this topic only. Minus E upon m is the mass of electron. So this average, this is relaxation time, it depends on the temperature. Depend on temperature. How it depend on temperature? They can ask CBSE. Suppose temperature is increased, electrons, they will start shaking, and their distance, they will start, means they will start moving, and their distance is going to increase. Suppose earlier the electron was like this, means no temperature is normal. Temperature is normal. This electron, it got collision number 1 and it got collision number 2. So this is relaxation time. Now same electron is going this, but this has come near to the temperature, because temperature has increased now. So motion of atoms of conductor, it has also increased. So it collision number 1, so collision number 2. So here the time between collision number 1 and collision number 2 is decreased, but here time between collision number 1 and collision number 2 is more. So if temperature is going to increase now, there will be more collisions, and relaxation time will get decreased. Relaxation time decreases with increase in temperature. And if relaxation time decreases, drift velocity is going to decrease. How it is? Because force is acting on the electrons during this relaxation time only. If relaxation time is reduced now, force will act for less time, less acceleration produced, and less velocity is going to change. Because if acceleration is produced now, velocity changes by this expression. So this is the expression for drift velocity. On what factors relaxation time depends, it can also come in the exam. So we know drift velocity is equals to minus E m into tau average. So this is drift velocity expression like this. So what is the value of current? Suppose this is a conductor. Okay, electric field is applied to it. Okay, the length of conductor is L and the area of cross section is A. Suppose let a conductor of length L and area A is connected to boundary. Okay, that means drift velocity will get generated in the electrons, and they will electric current will be produced. What is the amount of electric current? How much electric current is produced? We have to know this. Okay, like this. You take a per unit volume. Suppose per unit volume of this conductor, n electrons are present. Suppose n is the number of electrons present पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम. एक यूनिट वॉल्यूम के पीछे कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं? सपोज n, बिकॉज सभी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स में क्या आने वाली है? ड्रिफ्ट वेलोसिटी. वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट भी कितने चार्जेस है हमारे पास, बिकॉज इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द करंट ना, यू नीड चार्ज अपॉन टाइम. सो आवर फर्स्ट टारगेट इज व्हाट इज चार्ज. सो व्हाट इज चार्ज इज गिवन बाय Q is equals to NE, number of electrons into charge upon T. So our target is to find what is the amount of current flowing through this conductor. Okay, and what is the volume? Total volume, area into length. So in 1 unit volume, what is the number of electrons? N. And in this volume, Al volume, so what is the number of electrons? This. So number of electron in complete volume of conductor, N into A into L, this. Okay, so what is the charge flowing? N into E, charge flowing in the conductor. That is Q. And what is the value of Q? Ne. So what is the number of electrons? N is the number of electrons. What is the number of now electrons? N into A into L. And what is the charge on electrons? Minus E. So here it is minus NeAl. So what is the total charge? NeAl. So make this as number 1. You have found out the charge. So this has been done. Okay. Electrons are moving with which velocity? Drift velocity, na, Vd. How much length they have to cover with this velocity? L. Velocity you know, length you know, you can find out the time. So time कैसे पता लगेगा? Vd velocity से move कर रहे हैं, L length cover करनी है, तो time तो पता लग ही जाएगा. ओके, टाइम कैसे पता लगेगा? डिस्टेंस अपॉन वेलोसिटी. डिस्टेंस कितना? L अपॉन Vd. टाइम कितना आएगा? L अपॉन Vd. टाइम टेकन टू कंप्लीट लेंथ L by electrons to complete L, that is distance upon velocity. So you mentioned here Vd, drift velocity of electrons, और उसकी वैल्यू भी लिख दो. अभी जो कैलकुलेट किया, माइनस E अपॉन M इंटू टॉ, रिलैक्सेशन टाइम. So this is the value of drift velocity. So you know the time, you have calculated the time T also, you have calculated the Q also. Okay, put it as 2, put it as 3. Put the value of this Vd here, you will get the exact value of time. So put the value of time is equals to, put 3 in 2. So time is equals to L upon Vd. Vd value is minus E. M will go up and tau will remain down. So this is 4. So current through conductor. So what is the value of current? I is equals to Q upon T. So what is the value of Q? This. What is the value of T? T. So put the value of 4 and 1 in 5. Put the value of 4 and this 5. So what is going to happen? I is equal to, what is the value of Q? Q. Na into L into E minus upon T. What is the value of time? L M. It will go higher. It will go higher. L M. It will go higher. It's going to cancel. Minus E NaL L upon Vd. So don't put the value of this drift velocity. Don't put. Remember this. Take it as Vd only. Take it as a Vd only. NaLe EQ. So what is the time? Time is L upon Vd. Okay, L will cancel with L. So you have got the value of current. So don't need to put the value of drift velocity, just take this time. Okay, NEAVD. So this is the value of current that is flowing through a conductor. I is equal to NEAVD. NEAVD. Okay. So negative sign shows electrons are drifting, means current is equals to minus NEAVD. You know electrons are drifting in this direction. So negative sign shows current is in a opposite direction to that of drift velocity. Drift velocity is in this direction, current is in this direction. That's why we take the direction of current from positive terminal to the negative terminals. Electrons are flowing from like this, but direction of current is opposite to the direction of drift velocity. Drift velocity is in this direction and direction of current, negative sign shows direction of current is opposite to the direction of drift velocity. So drift velocity is in this direction and we usually take the example from positive to negative term. So what is the direction of wind? Conventionally we take from positive terminal to the negative terminal. We always draw like this. Current is flowing in this direction. So this is given by this expression. You know drift velocity is in this direction. So what is the value of drift velocity? We know Vd is equals to minus E upon M into tau. And what is the value of current flowing in a conductor? I is equal to NEAVD. So this is all for today. Hope you enjoyed. You have to write these expressions on your fair notebook which you are maintaining, and you have to send it as homework.